fundamental healing comes when we feel safe and we feel connected and we feel held. My goal is to provide that and really empower people to come home to themselves, find their internal strength, and do what they need to do on this planet. Because we're not supposed to spend our lives healing. We're supposed to heal to live. And so the modality that I practice is to activate the body's own mechanism to close that cycle and to return. And that is activating what's called a therapeutic tremor. And most people have felt that when we're highly stressed. We feel our bodies shake a little bit. But we pathologize that. We say something's wrong. Shh, put it down. Don't be weak. Don't let that out. Don't let that show. But actually, that's our body attempting to regulate and attempting to let go and attempting to release and say, I don't need this right now. It's over. I'm okay. And so we teach people how to activate this therapeutic tremor in a way that's safe, in a way that they can control the pace and intensity, and that they can learn how our bodies actually work. And our bodies are fully capable of completing that cycle. So my name is Nkem Ndefo, and I practice tension and trauma release exercises. I've been teaching those for about 5 years now. I'm a nurse midwife, and I've been practicing holistic healthcare and been working in healthcare in general in various capacities, education, research, and clinical, since the late 80s. I could say that I was born to do trauma work in some ways. So my father is from Nigeria. He's Igbo. He came here to the US on the same program that Obama's father came as a scholar and went to UC Berkeley, where he met my mother. My mother is of Ukrainian descent, Jewish, Ashkenazi. Her family, one member wrote an underground paper against the Tsar during the pogroms from the Ukraine and was imprisoned in Siberia, escaped on a British passport and came to the US. A lot of political activism in the family. And I was born on the tail end of the Biafran War. And the Biafran War was one of the first post-colonial conflicts in Africa that we see are really common right now. And it was so severe, over 1 million Igbos died, that's why Doctors Without Borders was founded. And so I was born on the tail end. So my great-grandfather on my mother's side wrote a letter when I was a month old. And in it he said, it's amazing that you're here, that you have survived. You come from two streams of people, from the Near East and West Africa, that have survived tremendous persecution. And it's like you're a shining star to be here. And so I still have that letter, and I think about that my parents met, like kind of that unlikely mix in the 60s in Berkeley, moved to Southern California. And so we know what we know now about transgenerational trauma. It's definitely changes not our genes, but our epigenetics. And so while, having a stable home family, I did have personal traumas and witnessed a lot of traumas in growing up in Los Angeles, Northeast Los Angeles, in the 70s and the 80s. So it really got me looking at different modalities. And I developed a holistic healthcare practice that I still run to this day, and it's very small at this point, because as I was looking at these other modalities, I kept bumping into stress and trauma. Stress and trauma. If it wasn't at the root cause of what was going on for somebody, it was certainly what was making it worse. And I actually came upon the use of the therapeutic tremor in these tension and trauma release exercises completely by accident. I hurt my back. And I think it's funny because we all have issues, but back issues are not my issue. And I hurt my back, and I knew it was a particular muscle called the psoas muscle. And I did a little research online, and I came across these exercises. And I said, let me give them a try. And I did it a little. My back got better. I said, let me do a little more. And things started to change over about 6 months. And I said, something is really special here. And I went and got certified. And I have not looked back, because more and more and more of my work has been about teaching this to others, because it is so powerful. It doesn't do everything. But when we can calm down that stress cycle, when we can settle that stuff back down, our body knows pretty well what to do. And in some ways, I feel I'm still a midwife, because it's about, as midwives, we don't deliver babies, we attend births. Okay? Women's bodies know pretty well how to do it, and we have a lot of skills that if we need, we can use them in a moment's notice, but rarely are they needed. And the same thing as people are healing or passing through toughness, or is that their bodies have everything that they need, and it's my job to hold the ground, hold the space, and be a guide to walk with them on that path. We've already been through the hardest part, and the healing shouldn't be worse.